You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish you could have given away one of those prized possessions that you had that you were discussing. That would have been the best giveaway
Well,
ever.
yeah,
Ever.
you have to know that I was pretty sure of that. But yeah,
One of these days goes,
one
you're
of these
gonna.
days.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're gonna. Was it your mouth is gonna overload your tadpole ass,
Well,
and you're gonna have to give it away.
that wouldn't be the first time. Well, I'll look forward to that day. All right, I've got 3 o'clock. Let's roll this puppy.
Damn
That's
right.
it.
Here we go.
Game time.
It's game day, baby! Let's go!
Welcome to NFL Nation Live, our week 13 show. It is Thursday. It is game day. Welcome everybody. We'll open up the chat here in just a minute. Ref Guru along with the Hall of Famer Wayne Violator Mabry, and of course, who needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. The legendary pirate Captain Jack. Welcome to the show, everybody. We've got a lot to cover in order to close Thanksgiving week. We're going to turn the corner now, essentially, into December. We're going to talk a little bit about playoffs, skip over some games that probably
Playoffs.
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 We also have
Playoffs.
probably some Raiders stuff to talk about. There's some news coming out of Carolina and all that. But before we get to all the craziness, V, welcome to the show. What are your quick first thoughts, my friend?
If you ever doubted what it meant to be a Raider, play the tape back of Max Crosby from last week. Hats off to the young man, knee looking like a watermelon, but he did what he had to do to get on the field. That is a Raider.
Indeed it is. Yep. And very Jim Otto-esque like of him. So
Yeah, I mean, and if I'm allowed, okay,
why not?
I applaud, but by the same token, I'm of a mind. Like I said, I love the mentality. I loved what he was thinking. But by the same token, I also say, don't play injured.
Not with that.
If you're okay, well, see, here's the thing: we need him for the rest of the season as well as any shot beyond. Okay,
Exactly.
and as you said, like when you were giving away, like say, I'll give you away one of my prized possessions if they win. Like I said, the chances of the Raiders doing that would have needed a well-to-do, fully healthy Max Crosby anyway.
Right.
So if you know you're at a detriment, I like the inspiration to get the team going, but by the same token, maybe it would have been better to take 2 weeks off
Right.
for the stretch run. So again, love the mentality, love the stamina, love the FU attitude in a good way. But sometimes you might want to sit down. And I love you, Max.
Yep.
Like I said,
doubt.
it's a good and a bad.
Yep.
And I just wanted to make sure that that I said
No, I
that.
appreciate that. And what he has, I was sidelined for 6 weeks. So that's not something to fool around with. But in any case, it sounds like Cap's fired up, ready to go. I'm ready to go. Question really here is, V, you ready to go?
Cloaked up and clocked in. Let's get this.
Let's do it. Welcome, everyone, to NFL Nation Live, our Week 13 show. We're going to close the books on Thanksgiving and turn the corner essentially into December and talk playoffs. Before we get to a lot of that, let's just cut right to it because there were some games last week that doesn't matter. The Chiefs went into Las Vegas and took care of business and beat the Raiders. The Raiders looked really good for a while, guys. And I know we're out of context here. We're talking about the Raiders first, but there's a lot of stuff going on here. V, you were at the game, I think. What was going on there? What was your sense of what happened in Las Vegas over the weekend?
Well, it started with that sea of red coming in that didn't make many of us too happy. But, they came out of the gates hot. So I give them their kudos for that. But when they went up 14-0, there was an explosion in the stadium like we had won this game. And I'm telling the gentleman next to me, listen, we're still playing Andy Reid. And there's a whole second half to go. We saw that transpire the second half, man. It was like, you talk about drama, that game had some. But it was a well played, almost flagless game.
I was surprised with that crew that we didn't see a lot more flags. I was kind of baffled by that because I was smarted off last week that there with Lane Clark's crew there'd be a lot of flags. But I don't know. Maybe they had a little discussion about the couple weeks prior, I think, when they were in Houston and just threw flags like they were pulling Kleenexes out of a box. But in any case, we'll come back around to that. Yeah. Welcome to the show, by the way, Anna. Who else is here?
Kev. Salute, Andy. I see Andy.
Excellent. Welcome to the show, everybody. The Packers went in.
Pear's coming in from overseas as well. Norway and Sweden. That's just one thing. I want to say this as well. I'll give props to Andy Reid, but honestly, the game was won by Spags because Spags is the guy that when we came out like gangbusters, he's the one that changed things up, and we basically had nothing after that. Right. And the run by Jacobs was actually a positive thing by Spags. He started run blitzing, and in that play, he had the right play on. But when Jacobs ran through it, there was nobody home. Right. So the run blitz was the right play, the right move, but it was negated by that fantastic run. And by the way, and I said this on my other show, Kevin Harlan right here on it. Hey, Carlson's going back for his, the record-setting third, right here, Kevin Harlan from under here, baby. And that's it. But the thing is that it was Spags that turned the trick, and it was like Andy Reid did his normal stuff. But Peggy said this the other night. It's kind of like Graham is scared of the Chiefs' offense because the week before we played a better defense, much better, much tighter, and look what happened. But Graham kind of laid back and didn't dictate as much. So I'm going to give it more to Spags, and we need to have Graham go balls to the wall on a defensive settlement in the latter portion. I want to see him go balls to the walls in the frigid cold that will be Arrowhead on Christmas. Do that and dictate to the offense and punch Frog in the mouth, literally, if not figuratively. You punch him in the mouth, you put pressure up the middle. He's just like sissy boy Tom Brady, who might be a minority owner. I might have to say, hey, Tom, I say call you a sissy boy.
It's that close.
But it's that close. But you know what? If you punch Tom Brady in the mouth, you get all pissy and whiny. You do the same thing to Mahomes. He gets all pissy and whiny, and he doesn't dictate what's going on. That's what needs to be done. And then you continue with an offensive, because we got one tied behind our back because we got the players and a playbook that is McDaniels. You're doing the best you can, but that will need to be remedied in the offseason. So we'll do the best we can with what we got.
I like what Anna said. French fries and frog legs, man. You're making me hungry right now with that. But hey, thanks for joining us.
Is that a Kermit the Frog joke or what?
I don't know, but she said frog legs and French fries. Hey,
Kermit, Darlene, of the Mahomes, auto. He looks like Kermit the Frog mixed with Darlene from Roseanne.
Ouch!
There was one in the stand right next to me, so I know it's true.
Yeah. Well, and welcome to the show, Andrew and Daniel,
Yes.
Michael. I think we welcomed
Salute,
Ann
gentlemen.
already, and cool. All right, so
Yeah.
and then there was news out of Las Vegas. Did they let Peters go? Did I?
Yay!
Oh yeah.
So we've recovered
Hey.
the number 24. Now
Yes.
what?
We've rescued it. Now we got to find that next person that feels like they will honor that number, because what I saw was a disgrace to that number 24.
Yes.
And
Well,
and I'm
I agree
glad
with you on
somebody
that,
else, I'm glad they finally pulled a trigger on that, because it was an eyesore to watch that.
It was. Yeah. The question now is who's going to step in there?
Well, nobody this year, because they're going to have to figure out if somebody on the roster will be able to attain the lofty standards of Willie Brown, of Charles Woodson. Okay. That
Good
needs to
luck
be
with that.
earned. Kind of like that number, was it 98 in Michigan? We got to
Yes, you
earn
had to
that
earn
number.
that.
The number at LSU that has to be earned. I can't remember
I
what
think
number it
it's
is.
like
The number at Ole Miss
yes.
from the guy that was paralyzed. And again, these numbers need to be earned, and that needs to be somebody that takes it and earns it. And we will see if it's somebody on the roster now, or if there's somebody that's going to be coming in that they're going to project to be that guy. Not this year. Let it just sit tight this year and see who can earn the 24.
That's a good point. If you're not going to retire jerseys for whatever reasons, that's another way to look at it.
Right.
Is that we might not retire it, but we're not going to just hand it out willy nilly.
Yeah, it's
right?
a badge. It should be a badge of honor that, like Cap said, that you earn. You earn the privilege of wearing that number.
Yeah, right. All right, let's get on to the rest of week 12. We'll come back, circle back to more on the Raiders in a little bit. The Packers went into Michigan to take on the Cats. So I think Frenchie's with us.
Yes, he
Yeah.
answers the bill.
I am here.
Yeah, you got beat by the Packers, man.
You know what? Because I'm not going to put this on a PG-13 level. I'm not going to say out loud. I'm just going to mouth it.
Well, it's good we don't have the closed caption thing going. Yeah.
There you go. No closed captioning.
yeah.
Like I said, no
Yeah.
on the audio, just the in the animation.
Yeah. Well, apparently, like Kev says, you ate too much Wisconsin cheese prior.
I saw that.
You guys burned the turducken and all kinds of stuff there, getting beat at home by a team that you should have won. Here's the deal, guys.
We should have won
with the Michigan Cats losing that one is that they're hanging on to that number 3 seed, and it looks like they're not really going to let go of it, nor are they really going to get any better from it either, right? Which means they'll get a home game, but then they're going to end up on the road somewhere. Not that they can't win on the road in San Francisco or Philadelphia or Dallas or whatever, but every win matters. Just ask the Bills. But I was kind of bummed that Detroit couldn't get the win at home. But that's kind of how it works.
And would have been nice to have that extra week. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
So,
yep.
And thank you, GQ. Appreciate it, brother.
The Commodores got beat by Dallas. Not much to say there. Unless you want to talk about the halftime show. I don't want to talk about the halftime show.
Do I got to say it or do I can get my hat on? You got to let me know this shit.
No.
Well, there's really not much to say.
Ahead.
And I'm scrambling for hats, you bastard. I got it.
Okay, well, good. Well, you beat the Commodores, so congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can do that at least as quickly as I can. But you say we're going to talk about it. You better let me know, because I got a lot of freaking hats to go through, you
bastard. I understand that.
Sorry about that text.
You can put your Sea Chickens hat on deck because that game's up next. But
I ain't got a damn Sea Chickens hat.
Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna have to.
I'd have to have a beanie and look like the guy Kurt Cobain, and that means I'd have to lose a lot of weight and be white and smoke a lot of cocaine and methamphetamine and things like that. I ain't got no damn Sea Chickens hat. What the hell you talking about?
Yeah, Asylum's got a good point. Says Al Davis felt that retired jerseys players made them bigger than the shield. Essentially,
it's true.
A lot of reasons for not retiring jerseys. And
we would have no numbers left.
We wouldn't have any numbers left, right?
True.
I've noticed that the lack of knee pads around the NFL. Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
that's the player's choice from that standpoint. I don't recall if the rule book makes them mandatory or not.
I
I have
think they
to
still
dig
get
back
fined for
into the
that,
equipment
bro.
part of it, but
Yeah.
high school and college does have mandatory equipment that you have to wear.
Right.
Right.
But in any case, congratulations, Tex, on the win for that one. The 49ers win to Seattle, beat the Seahawks. No surprise there.
No.
I don't think anybody expected Seattle. Seattle's got problems now. They don't get back into the win column, and they might not today because they're going to kick off in a couple hours in Dallas.
Right.
Seattle might be in trouble because although the Saints aren't winning at the moment, neither are the Seahawks. Somebody's lurking out there for that number 3 playoff spot, and it probably will be Seattle, but we'll see. Miami winning.
Whoa, number 3. I thought you meant like third seed is Detroit, right?
No, just the 3rd wild card spot.
Right.
Oh, well then say that. Damn it, you're confusing me, just like I am from Seattle and have had too much Kurt Cobain drugs.
Got it. Do you have a Dolphins hat?
Somewhere, yeah.
Okay, well, the Miami went into New York and beat the Jets. No surprise there. Really, the news coming out of New York that they tried to make a big deal of was that Aaron Rodgers is now on a 21-day practice squad, if you will, or whatever. But it doesn't matter. I mean, the Jets are already on the clock. 3 more weeks isn't going to help. But you really think they're going to bring Aaron Rodgers back for the last 3 weeks of the season? I don't think
so. Why would you do that?
Wouldn't.
I mean, that's just stupid.
It was good media, though. Come on. It was good media. Hey, the Nielsen ratings shot through the roof. I'm like, no way he's going to come back and play, even if he's out there walking in that special shoe he has on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I got a special shoe for Aaron Rodgers. Putting it right up his
okay.
Or sock.
Yeah. Or the sock.
Or the sock. Cool Cow says Jerry threw Washington the mechanical bull. Indeed, they did. Yep. All right. The Saints went into Atlanta, got beat by the Falcons. Guys, this is an NFC South that apparently nobody wants to win at this point. But you got to really be worried about the Saints now. They seem to be fading into the dying daylight, kind of like the Redskins did in Super Bowl 18.
And from what I hear over the internet, that honeymoon is over down there in New Orleans. And I'm just saying that's what I'm hearing on the track, so to speak. But the Dirty Birds held court with the Saints, and those guys, like I say, they play when they want to, and they must have wanted to that day.
I'll tell you what, if the Falcons want to make a run, now's when they're going to have to step up to do it. They got to go into New York, play a pretty good Jets defense, but the Jets aren't scoring any points, so the Falcons should win that. But somebody's going to have to step up there. Go ahead, Cap.
Point being is that I can't remember what his name is, the guy that's the quarterback for the Saints. His name escapes me, but there was something about the Saints offense. It's like, first off, they don't have one.
I think I buffed.
Okay. And what little they do, it's like go down the field and get a field goal.
Yeah, or nothing.
Zero touchdowns. Yeah. I will say though that the person whose name I escaped was responsible for 1 touchdown going back the other way.
Yeah.
Right.
And just so let everybody know, we are having some buffering issues. I'm not sure which end we're having those on, East Coast or West Coast, but apologize for any stuttering there.
Might be me.
Well, it could be, but I just want to let you know I'm not intentionally, doing anything. We're just buffering out over the internet, so apologize for that. Falcons gave Carr the Dirty Bird, and they did. Lafayette says Falcons win the South. I wouldn't be surprised, guys. What do you think?
No, not at all.
I think if they got to go in and beat the Jets and start winning some games, but I think they could. Why is the backup quarterback so bad for every team? Well, because let's see, what can the teams for NFL do to fix it?
A
2 starting quarterback team will be the future. Imagine 2. Well, why the backup quarterbacks? I think that there's
first off, it's money. You only have so much money to go around on a salary cap. Okay. Right. Second off is that not just saying money. You obviously you have to have that, but the NFL at least addressed the 3rd quarterback issue because they were embarrassed.
Roster spot, yeah.
Right. They were embarrassed when the Niners trotted out nobody to take the reins
To
in a
take
in a
right.
in a playoff game.
Bad
They at
luck.
least addressed that. But
Mhm.
it's a matter of salary cap. Unless they do something with the salary cap or make it like like the quarterback is like has like its separate salary cap, and I think they might have to do that because you have like 50 whatever, 53 on your team and 52 account for X amount. And then you can
Right.
have like a quarterback salary cap
Yeah.
where, and then baseball, where if you have like above and below whatever it is, you have to pay a luxury tax on that.
Yeah.
That's the only way that they're going to have a decent, maybe decent quarterbacks, and they might have them where they're more available. But the other thing is, really, there's 32 teams in the NFL. Can you really say that there are more than 35 decent quarterbacks?
That's the thing, and I think
Yeah.
you've hit on it, Cap. That's part of the issue. Two things have happened, I think. One is development. It used to be that quarterbacks, George Blanda, Earl Morrall, and such, they used to come off being starters to be backups and mentors. But the other side of the coin that you brought up there, Cap, in your point, which is a good one, is that we have more teams now. Back in the day when you had, you know, 12 or 13 NFL teams, and then you added 10 or 12 AFL teams for 26, that's a lot different than 32. So you have to add in all those factors. You added a development program, and then it's just the way it is. And the other thing too, guys, is that folks coming out of college now are having to start right away. Whereas in the old days, you were lucky to start after your third season. Look at Stabler,
Right.
right? They
Right.
drafted him in 68 or 69.
You wait your
Um,
time.
yeah, it didn't start till 72. Not that he didn't play at all. Played in preseason, all that. But there's just a lot of factors there. But I think, Cap, the big one is that there's more teams now, so the talent pool gets thinned out pretty fast. It's like if you had a fantasy team. If your fantasy team had 2 teams, a lot of talent to go around. If your fantasy team has 16 teams, good luck even finding a starting quarterback at that point. So no quarterback should be making $50 million a year. Well, you can't argue against that. There's probably a few past Hall of Famers that I might have paid that kind of money for. But all right, Pittsburgh went into Cincinnati, beat the Bengals. This is the Bengals team now. It's in a huge free fall after Joe Burrow got hurt. They're going to have to go into Jacksonville this week and try to beat the Jaguars. I don't think that's going to happen. Pittsburgh, though, is winning ugly. They're hanging on to a playoff spot, guys, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to sustain that because they're just not scoring enough points.
Yeah, so it's the point issue with the Steelers. Like we know the weather's going to change here. It's already in process of changing. But like I say, they absorbed that victory in Cincinnati. And as the coach said, we're just going to walk off slow and just absorb it.
Well, and Pittsburgh was celebrating that win because of their new offensive coordinator, right? They got rid of Canada,
Yes.
and now they got the new guy. And so now they're like all liquored up. Because they scored, 16 points or whatever.
Right.
What was it? 16 points? Yeah, against the Bengals. I'm just not sure how long they're going to be able to hold on to that. Bengals going to Walmart to get a clock. Yeah. Anna's got a good point. Plus, a lot of these new guys get hurt easily. And I think to add on to her point, which I think is also a good one, is that we're playing more games now, right? Back in the day, the season was 12 games. They went to 14. Then they went to 16.
Yeah.
They're at 17 now. They're pushing for 18.
It's going to be 18.
So,
You can't. I mean, you really can't sustain 17 for too long because that odd number.
That's right.
Just screws it up as far as scheduling.
No, that's true, Cap. But I think part of the one of the reasons why they did that was because they knew that they had these international games, right? So they were trying to buffer that quote 1 week. It doesn't. You're right. The math doesn't really work out. But in theory, that will quote extra, that 9th game, if you will, or that odd game is supposed to be like the overseas game for folks. But the math doesn't work out. I think they're gonna have to go, if they want to go to 18 games, and I'm not sure they should, but if they're going to go to 18 games, then maybe you need 2 bye weeks or some sort of shift in the schedule. My proposal,
I could see 2 bye weeks.
Yeah, my proposal was that you play division games in week 1. you play division games in week 18, and then in the middle of the schedule, you have the NFC off and the AFC plays division games. And then the following week, you have the AFC off and the NFC plays division games. And then you can spread another bye week out between the rest of the teams between weeks, 4 and 10 or 4 and 12 or whatever. But I think it would add something to the flavor of the schedule that did some of that. All right.
Fanfer, hey, thank you for being here, honey. That's one of my Carolina darlings, and she's
Pink
wonderful.
Fan?
Pink Fanfer.
All right.
That's right. Hey,
what's up?
One other thing as well, and it kind of alluded to with the 18 game plan, is that people want the day off after the Super Bowl. So what they're trying to do is making it so that the Super Bowl is played the Sunday before, what is it, President's Day? Whatever the holiday is in February.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do, so that people are bitching, hey, it's the Super Bowl. We need to have Monday off. If Monday's a holiday,
there you go.
There you go. Boom.
Interesting. It sounds
makes sense.
It says because teams are wanting running quarterbacks is the reason running backs have short shelf lives. Quarterbacks nowadays are taking hits like running backs. To some extent, that's true, especially when they become runners, right after they've left the pocket or crossed the line of scrimmage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of circling back to the old days, right? Where quarterbacks used to pretty much just get the crap beat out of them. When you look at the game, anytime between, 1984 back to 1920, look at any of that video, see what's going on.
The only running quarterback he really had was you had Fran Tarkenton, but he wasn't really a runner. He was a scrambler. The only really running quarterback that you had in the 70s was Bobby Douglas of the Bears.
Right.
Look it up, people. Look it up. I'm old. I know these things. Okay.
All right. I remember him. Yeah. And they were like, what's wrong with this guy?
What was his number?
I don't know. I think he was number 10.
Was
number
11.
10, right? Was it 10?
I think it was 10. Yeah, 10 or 11.
And I didn't look it up. I pulled it right out of my Tookus.
Okay. All right. Jacksonville went into Houston and got a division win against the Texans. That's going to set Jacksonville up nicely, I think, for a stretch run here. A little disappointed that Houston didn't get the win there. It was close in the score, maybe not so much on the actual game. But I think the Texans now kind of know where they stand, right? And kind of understand.
We are power. Don't put it past the Texans. We are coming out faster, stronger, better than even that stupid head Captain Jack was saying next year. Screw it, we're doing it this year. Captain Jack was off. We're going to be a power this year. Our defense is there. And if our damn kicker would have taken his Wheaties that in the day instead of hitting it off the damn upright, we would have won that game too. Look it up.
Well, you certainly would have sent it into overtime, and that was kind of a bummer to smack that thing off the crossbar. But that's division drama there, and it is what it is. But that was a fun game to watch. I mean, it's two division teams going at it, and Texans, and even though the Texans got beat, they're holding on to a wild card spot. That's a dangerous football team. They may have to go into Kansas City or someplace or Baltimore if Jacksonville holds on to number one spot. I'm not sure they will, but they may end up going back to Jacksonville. So anything can happen.
Hey, but guys, the beauty is that they don't know that they don't know. And
That's right.
Just play ball.
Yeah, exactly.
They just play ball.
Yeah.
We're playing. Playing. We are what's that expression you said? We are locked in, Wayne.
Locked in. You're locked in.
Damn
baby.
right. We're gonna be like Violator. We'll be locked in, kicking ass.
Yeah.
Look it up. Watch the tape.
And
Texans, baby.
And another aspect of this, early on in the season with the rookie quarterback and rookie head coach, it would have been easy for us to put the Texans on the clock, but we haven't done that. And part of that is because I think of the knowledge that we have that we just kind of took a wait and see based on the potential of the Houston Texans. And here we are. And it's the number 11 scoring team in the NFL. So they're really close to being in the top 10 scoring. That's a dangerous football team right now. Tampa Bay, the faux Pirates went in Indianapolis, got beat by the Colts. This is a game the Colts needed to win and did win. The Colts now, if they want to make a statement and keep their playoff spot, are going to have to go into Tennessee this week and beat the Titans. We'll talk to Whiskey Jack in a little bit, but you got to appreciate what the Colts are able to do right now, especially with Richardson out for the year, right?
They also, I think their running back is dinged up too for about 4 weeks or so with I think a thumb injury, if I'm not mistaken. Taylor's got a thumb injury, and they're hoping it's hoping it's only 3 weeks or so where they don't have to put him on IR. But Baker and the boys just they gave him a run, but I just felt last week that the Colts would hold court at home.
Well, and Tampa Bay is losing any grip that they had on this division at this point with the way the Falcons.
I actually thought that the fake, and I remember I had to tell you this.
I said it for faux Pirates.
You had to say it for me because I thought that team. Sorry, I'm going to throw up again. That team that I can't talk about was going to win, and they actually this close. Yeah. But granted, I called it. I was wrong. It made me feel good to watch the fake Pirates lose, obviously, from where I'm at. Yeah. But, a couple different things happen. They win.
Oh, Asylum says Taylor had surgery on his thumb. I knew he was having an issue with it, but I didn't know he was there. Okay, well, that's going to put him out for a bit. And Cool Kev says they sold Baker some Bob Evans turkey. Well, he got off. He got off better than the sausage. Yeah, beer pork sausage. All right, Coach B, you went into New York and got beat by the Giants. This is now like week 4 since you've been able to since you got your win 300. It looks like win 301 is going to evade you for quite a while. Because this week you've got the LA Chargers coming in there. Not sure you're going to be able to beat them. But anyway, Coach B, how you doing?
It's an audition.
An audition, he says.
It's an audition. See.
You and Rob Ryan. Did you see Rob Ryan on ESPN talking about the Chargers?
Well, first off, was it Rob Ryan or Rex Ryan? I thought it was.
Actually, I think it was Rex.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if Rob Ryan talks about the Chargers, then it's probably fodder, considering that he is still a defensive assistant.
It was the other one. I get them mixed up. They're both stupid, but
and that's what they always said. Even the father said, "Are you talking about dumb or fat?"
Yeah.
Right. Well, because one of them's fat, and the other one's dumb.
Well, I
don't remember which one was red, but
it's like he was talking about, all the Chargers and all. They have all this potential. They just need better coaching and blah blah blah. I don't understand what they're doing, and that should be fixed. He was like interviewing on ESPN for that job, and I'm thinking, I hope they bite on that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I tell you what, wait. I need to lower my voice. I was actually talking like Captain Jack. Yeah. First off, but thanks for waking me up from my nap.
No worries.
This is an audition for jobs around. First off, I want to show the Spanos family that when we win, when the New England Belichicks beat the Garglers, that is all that they need to know in order for them to install me as the head coach, general manager of the team. I'm going to bring in my boy Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. Okay. I'm going to bring all of the wayward souls that get fired in New England, because they don't treat my staff right. But it's an audition. And the rest of the season is an audition for the great and powerful the great and powerful Belichick for all of the thing, because I'm out of here. It's going to happen. I'm going to do I might do something to Kraft's house. Maybe I might take a dump in his foyer, but I'm going to do something in order for him to fire me. And once I'm fired, then it's nobody has to trade for me, and I'm going to go where I want to go. Is it going to be Carolina? Because there's conjecture that it's Carolina. It's conjecture.
No.
It's Washington. It's
No.
conjecture.
No.
It's the LA Chargers. I'm keeping everybody.
Well, you want to you want to go someplace
keeping
as a
everybody on a
quarterback.
string.
You got to go someplace as a quarterback.
Of course,
Right?
because I can't do anything without a good quarterback.
Well, that's right. And none of the other places you mentioned have a quarterback worth going to.
Well, but Carolina has a good young quarterback that maybe McDaniel can screw up enough where they can throw him away. I think that LA is the best place because Herbert is a fantastic quarterback in the making, and even McDaniel can't screw up Herbert.
I don't know, but his window's closing, so
It's
I mean, there's a
closing.
little
But
window left.
I need
about half
17.
open.
I need 17 more wins.
Well, Pig fans first say, "Watch yourself."
Yeah. I hate Pink Panther. Like I said, Bill Belichick, coach, GM of the Carolina Panthers, honey. It's going to come if I don't take the LA Charger job. It's
You're going to
Coach
take the LA
Belichick.
job.
Coach Belichick. Get to know and love Coach Belichick, Pink Panther. I'll invite you out for the first time that we go out when it's over in
I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you what though, for reals, I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots get the win this week at home against the Chargers. I think that's a total trap game for the Chargers.
It's an audition.
It is. I think it absolutely is. Let's
check by that one.
Carolina went into Tennessee, got beat by the Titans. Whiskey Jack, I think you win 4 games now.
Wait a second, I got to put my hat on.
There you go.
And I got my damn cans here. Okay?
You got your cans on? Your cans on? Come
on,
Whiskey.
I got my cans on.
Come on, man.
I just got to hold them because I got my Whiskey Jack hat.
With a straw in it. But you beat the Panthers. Congratulations.
Well, of course. Of course. No, I mean, Pink Panther, you're a good gal, and I appreciate you, and because you're a true Panther fan. But when Tennessee needs to get the win, we got to get the win, and we did.
That Pink Panther is a hell of a handle.
She's a great lady. I'm gonna invite her to my house too.
That's a hell of a handle. I love that. Not to mention, Lisa, the Pink Panther cartoon was one of my favorite growing up.
I love it, Jack. Hit them likes and subs.
All right, so Jack, we'll come back to you in a little bit because you got the Colts coming in this week. So a win doesn't really help you, but you can play spoilers to the horseshoe. The Rams.
Can I take my hat off now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Put your bird hat on. The Rams went into Arizona and beat the Cardinals as the Cardinals team. I mean, we put them on the clock in week 1, which essentially means we put them on the clock before the season even started. And they're just going downhill. The question now is, can the Rams hang on enough to make the playoffs? We put them on the clock last week. Of course, they turn around and beat the Cardinals. They'll probably beat the Browns this week because Joe Flacco is starting, even though the defense is good. The fact that the Rams are playing at home and scoring. I mean, Cleveland's 17, the Rams are 18 in scoring, but I think the Rams can pull this one out of the hat. I think after that, I'm not so sure the Rams are going to really be able to hold on to a spot. But if nobody else wants those,
to be the answer to a trivia question. I'm not sure what the question is.
There are a few. There are a few, Cap.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the answer to a few of them.
Yeah.
You know?
A few what?
Trivia
questions.
Oh, well, we got one coming up before the break. It's a Raiders.
See, I'm giving you the segue, brother.
Copy that. Cleveland went into Denver, got beat by the Broncos. Cap, in your Wild Wild West show from last night, what was the takeaway with regards to how everybody's feeling about Denver right now?
Well, I was going to say, now I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lot of that game because it was opposite our game. So it was on the other screen, and I was in the sports bar early enough that I had the sound. I got the sound and the picture. So for the guy that wanted the picture and the sound, there you go. Get here before me. Okay. Anyway, what I did see was a very hard fought, and I've been saying it for several weeks. The Broncos are clicking. Yeah. They're getting together. And like we were talking to Richie yesterday, it's like Russell Wilson is doing enough.
Right.
He's not screwing things up, and he's doing what needs to be done. He might not be the all pro that he used to be,
Right.
but he's doing what needs to be done, and the
Right.
rest of the team is rallying
It's
around
rallying
him,
around that. Right.
and they're winning. They're all. It doesn't matter what it matters what the W says. If you are
Yeah.
a winner or
Yep.
a loser, and right now the W's are out in Denver.
We'll get to your question in a second, Jack, with regards to the
Yeah, I
Raiders
saw that too.
situation, but
Yeah.
we'll get to that because we're covering the Raiders next.
question.
But yeah, Cap, I think the Denver's definitely on a run here. They're making some noise. I think that stops this week in Houston. I think they're going to run into a little bit of a brick wall called the Texans. So I'm not sure they're going to get win number 6 or whatever. But you got to appreciate where they're coming from right now, and they're doing well. The Browns may be fading, quite frankly. I think we should put them on the clock, but we'll talk about that.
I have no question with that one. When they bring in Flacco, that's pretty much just, it's not throwing in the towel, but it's definitely circling the wagons.
Yeah,
you know what? All you need is a bugle right now.
Yeah, well, exactly, and I mean, you can say essentially the same thing with the Jets. Great defense, but guys, they're not scoring enough points at this point right now. So
maybe
my vote might be to put Cleveland or maybe the faux Pirates. And I'm this close to putting the Saints on there, but you can't put the whole NFC South yet. With games to be played, because you don't know what the Falcons are going to do.
But you remember we held off on the faux Pirates a couple of weeks ago, or a week or so ago.
Flacco's still looking for Ray Lewis. I'm not sure it's the other way around, but yeah.
Hey, McBud, happy St. Andrew's Day to you. We got Scotland in the house.
Awesome.
We got Scotland. We got Germany. We have Sweden.
Love that, man.
Awesome.
Multinational, baby. Multinational.
That's pretty awesome there.
Welcome.
That is pretty awesome right there. So,
we appreciate
and one of the reasons why we do this is because we want fans to have a voice. So we try to acknowledge you on the show, which is why we make our pictures really small so we can put the chat up there so you guys know we're paying attention.
Great comments, man.
Plus, I'm very ugly. You don't want a big picture of me. You want.
Well, there's another reason for that too. So, likewise. So the Chiefs went into Las Vegas. They beat the Raiders. The Raiders looked really good early. We touched on this game early. Let's come back to a little bit. And then there's some questions. So let's do a quick round on the game from what we didn't touch on before. And then I want to get to Jack's question with regards to how you guys feel about the coaches and maybe what they could do or should do. I think most of our discussions on that will be after the season. And then V, we want you to talk about your jacket. But let's go with you with – let's go with you with your thoughts on the game against the Chiefs this last week. And I know you've said a lot already about the Andy Reid piece of that and the Chiefs DC. Anything you want to add to what you said earlier?
Was that me or him? You. Me?
Yeah.
I mean, we pretty much said it. You know, Andy Reid has the impeccable offense. Yep. Spagnuolo turned around and got the defense going. What I liked, or what I was monitoring, was the stuff that was said by Devontae Adams as well as Amik Robertson, because they said that the Chiefs didn't do anything special to beat them. They didn't do anything special to beat them. And even Amik Robertson said that we are the better team. Well, if that's true, you gotta look at it on the scoreboard. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. But as Violator and myself both said last week, we could feel that this team had the chutzpah, had the cojones, had the intestinal fortitude to go in and win. It didn't happen, but I still like where this team is going. That kind of segues into what Jack was talking about with the direction of the team. And I'll let Violator do a little bit of his, and I'll come back as well. I like what I'm seeing, but we have a hand tied behind our back. We got McFired's playbook, which we scrapped 75% of it and figured out what the 25% that works, and we're getting the people to work, okay? And we're doing with what we can, but we need more help on the offensive line. We need more help on the defensive interior, and we need more help in the secondary. But I liked what I saw with Jones coming in here, and I like saying bye-bye Felicia to Marcus Peters and bye-bye Felicia to Roderick Teamer. You had a 12-week paid vacation, you schmuck. And just like on Friday, say, how the do you get fired on your day off?
Day off. Yeah.
On your day off. Bye.
Come on,
Bye.
Craig. Anyway,
couple comments in Worldwide Nation. I kind of like the sound of that. And Jack says AOC 4 had a better quarterback rating. Mahomes just couldn't convert when it matters, and a lot of that has to do with the offensive line. Yeah.
Like I say,
go ahead, B.
Even time of possession was real close right there. But to piggyback on what Jack was saying, from my observation, I'm looking at the Chiefs defense warm up on my end of the field where I was, and these guys were focused, dude. But until their defensive coach hit that, they were playing at one level the first half. The second half, those same guys turned it on. Mm-hmm. And like I say, man, Chris Jones, salute to a player that I wished wore silver and black. But, we didn't adjust in the second half, and that's where I'm coming to kind of swing back on our guys. There was no adjustments in the second half. Matter of fact, we got more conservative, and that already scared the hell out of me. We got conservative. You can see the plays. And
you got it.
That situation of football that we all throw out there, there were situations where we effed up.
Yeah. Well, and then we didn't take advantage of certain things that we could have. And I realized 3 points wouldn't have changed anything ultimately in the outcome. But the Carlson miss kind of hurt. But you got to appreciate the Jacobs run for 60-some yards, right?
That's called the definition of heart.
I mean, that was pretty cool. All right, V, we've covered the game pretty much. Talk to us about your jacket. There's been some comments on that.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. Listen, guys, go to theblackhole.com. This is a varsity jacket. It's customized. You can get your name on it. It's got established in 95. Our 3 Super Bowls, the Black Hole, and other goodies that you can add to it, man. But I just wanted to show you guys it's out. It's hot off the presses. I love mine. Awesome. And the weather is perfect for breaking them out. So,
is there anything on the back?
There is this same shield is huge on the back.
Oh.
Huge. About 10 inches on the back. So,
all we need is some Harley Davidsons and
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Black Hole edition.
Hey, I got who on the panel has a hog?
That's it.
Thank you.
Not me.
Thank you.
Not me. I dream of hogs, but that's a whole different thing. But
well, you get to Florida, and I will let you. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna let you ride bitch because that's nasty. No. I'm gonna if you know how to ride a motorcycle, Wayne, I will let you ride at least up and down the street, so I know that you can at least take care of it. So there.
That's some good footage. That'll be some good footage, right?
While we have a quick minute here, let's address one of Jack's questions with regards to the head coaching position or maybe any other positions. How are you guys feeling about that right now, and where do you maybe see things going?
I'm going to jump in this one. Here's my summation of the whole thing. The owner has made a decision once, not listening to our players, and we saw what that got us. With this change that, again, the same owner made, which I give him, I'll tip my hat to him for doing it. You see a resurgence in that Raider football coming back. And for an old cat like myself, man, that just gives me goosebumps to see that heart, that grit coming back. So give this young interim head coach and the GM, it's all about synergy, and they seem to have it. Let them have their first full draft by themselves, then make your decision. Meantime, keep that Raider attitude going, baby.
Yeah, I mean they need to have a whole off season with a new offense because our offense is offensive. Yes, pun is intended on that one. Give an offense, and I don't know who it's going to be. Like I said, Bo, I'm not pissed off at Bo because Bo's doing the best job he can
with what
given
he's
with the limitations and the liabilities. Yes. Bo is not an offensive coordinator, and he did sleep at a Holiday Inn each night before the game, and he'll make a good offensive coordinator in the future. But
Yeah.
you need a proven offensive coordinator come in, bringing an attitude of where you're going to be able to go to score points. Remember, the Raiders of yore, we would score 40 points and we lose 42 to 40 because the defense was the problem. Give a real offensive coordinator where you work all your assets, okay? And the other thing is this, you're going to have a decision to make on Josh Jacobs. I like Josh.
It's coming
I
up.
like Josh. But for all of those that do like Josh, like me, how much do you really want to spend on Josh Jacobs? Yes, he's younger, but if you have an offense that is multifaceted, you're going to have to figure that out. Now, AP, like I said, I want Antonio Pierce to be the head coach. I want Champ Kelly to resume and do more in that GM position. And by the way, I'm ready to be assistant GM if they ask me for the job. Okay,
me too.
I'm just saying.
Me too. I'm just saying. I'll be a scout. I'm just auditioning to be a scout. That's all I want to do.
Okay, I'll scout. I can scout the talent. Yeah, I can scout some talent. But anyway, football talent might be out of my realm, but good talent. But anyway, okay, keep the team as it is.
Yeah.
Get the offensive coordinator. And by the way, Carmen Brasillo, see ya. We need an upgrade on the offensive line. We need guys that are actually big and can actually block. And I'm not saying that we don't have. Right. I'm not saying that we don't have them there because I see Mumford as a possibility, but James is undersized. Parham is undersized unless you use him is in a guard that swings. Okay. If you want him used as a pulling guard, great. You need some meat up front. And Colton Miller, isn't it? I mean, Colton Miller is actually one of the older people.
But his window is closing.
Exactly. You might need to replace him too. So, hey, you're not going to do it in one off season, but within two off seasons between drafting and free agency, there's going to be a smear rollover on the offensive line, and it needs to be done.
Couple things in the chat. Who do you want? Let me get to them before they disappear. The first question is, who do you want to be the OC? Then there was a question of, will Davante Adams be traded in the offseason? I think he will, along with Jacobs, because I think they're just going to start over there. And then there's a comment to bring back Bill Callahan.
No.
Did we both of us answer the same? No.
Not as head coach.
No.
What was wrong with him as the OC under Gruden?
Well, like I said, the problem is Bill Callahan burned that bridge with Raider Nation, calling it the stupidest franchise in football.
Well,
you don't come back from that. I'm sorry.
All right. Welcome to the show, Ed. All right. So who do you want to be
What's
the
up, Ed?
Rep, it's friggin' let's call it December. It's December 1st of a year before we have to figure this out. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people available that we can have conjecture after conjecture after conjecture.
No, I get it.
Because right now they're talking about David Shaw coming in and being the head, which would be great. But do you want to have David Shaw come in and spoil the mojo? I'd like David Shaw to come in and be an offensive guy. That would be a great offensive guy. Plus, he has ties to the Raiders with his position before. Would David Shaw come in to be the OC?
Who knows?
And the assistant head coach? Maybe.
Well, with the disarray the Pac-12 is in, anything's possible.
But he's been out of a job for over a year. He's
available
now.
Yeah. I'm just saying there wouldn't be right. I'm just saying there probably wouldn't be a reason for him to go to anybody back into the Pac-12.
Right.
So
and Pink Bedford, you are playing us next year. We got the NFC South, baby. It's either you coming to us or I'm coming to you. So get your Panther gals ready because Captain's going to out prowling.
I got the perfect response to that, but I can't say it on the air. Darn it!
I know.
So do you think Davante Adams gets traded?
Yes,
that is a possibility. Yeah,
I think he will too.
I didn't want to say it, but when you put it out there, I'm like, yeah.
Well, I think if we want to rebuild this team, I think Adams and Jacobs, and I hate to say it, Crosby, but not Crosby, but definitely Adams
up,
and
Rich?
Jacobs, I think, are draft capital, and I think
Yeah.
they'll use it. Welcome,
Yeah,
Rich.
and they'll use it just for that. Yeah.
And I
Draft
think that's
capital.
probably true.
Yeah.
That said, well wishes to 98 and hope he gets well soon.
Oh, big
I
time.
think, I think that Max Crosby is going to be the dynamic person that's going to be the figurehead for the
Cornerstone.
franchise for a
Cornerstone.
while.
Yeah.
He's going to be what
Cornerstone.
Gene Upshaw was on the
Thank
other
you.
side of the ball.
On the other side. You're right.
Yeah, but essentially that.
Alignment.
Yeah.
And I will ask you, Ref, who is our number one receiver right now? I know what it is. It's not 17. It's 17 minus 1.
It's 16. Yeah.
Let's see. Kentucky math. Is that Myers?
Yes.
And then cross this one over and loop it back around, but that means 16. That's
Yeah.
That kid is balling out.
That's for damn sure. At least he's worthy of the 16 at the moment. Because it's in the
Hold
past,
up.
it's been a quarterback number.
Ref,
what?
We didn't mention, none of us mentioned 13, and I must apologize.
Oh,
13,
Renfro.
everybody was ready to throw him on the trash heap, ship him out of town. The guy's spirit was being oppressed.
Yeah, he's roared back.
You saw some hard from 13. Renfro, if you ever see this, man, we love you. Keep balling out.
Damn right. Damn right. Good for you.
I
And
think
like I said, he was there.
I think if Antonio Pierce had some good quality folks around him that could help him just with the whole process, I think would be fine, because he definitely appears to be able to lead at that level. And that's what you want, is someone to set the standards, set the culture, saying this is what we're going to do here. Just like Coach B has done in New England, right? He's come in and set it down and said, this is how we're going to run it. If you don't like it, get the hell out. Because I'm not going anywhere type of thing. So, all right, let's cover one more before we go to the break. We're an hour into an hour show. Buffalo went into Philadelphia, got beat by the Eagles in an overtime game. A lot of controversy around this one with regards to the way the Bills played, the clock management, the officiating, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, this was a big loss for the Buffalo Bills.
And at the top of the talk wasn't the win for the Eagles, but the play of their quarterback. That came into play. You know, that was a very physical game because they're familiar with each other, but they were just saying that Hurts, was he playing at top level? And it was obvious that he wasn't, but a team win for the Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And they got the 49ers this week, and I'm not sure they're going to escape with that one. But they've got a 2-game lead. They've got a 2-game lead in the NFC for the number 1 seed. So that's not a deal killer with the loss against the 49ers. But remember, the Eagles still have to go to Dallas. Dallas has rolled up a bunch of wins now against mediocre teams, but the wins count.
Thank you. Mediocre teams. And I think that their comeuppance is coming.
Right. But they're getting confidence. But they're getting confidence with those wins and able to work on things during those games that when you have to play the high-profile games, you don't get to. That's only going to benefit them in the future. Richard J. says, Bill needed that. Allen has not shown to be the guy who is a system agnostic. He needs a good OC. They don't have one.
They lost them when they got rid of Dable.
Sure did. Sure.
Right.
They got Dable. Yep, right.
Right.
But he couldn't rescue Daniel Jones, though.
Well, nobody could.
You know.
I don't think anybody could.
And while we're talking about quarterbacks and bad quarterbacks and people that need quarterbacks, if you look at the draft listing, right now the Raiders are 12, 11 is the Chargers, but the Chargers don't need a quarterback. But if you look for picks 1 through 6, 1 through 6, every one of those teams is going to be drafting a quarterback. Every one of them. Bears have the number 1 pick. They're going to draft the quarterback. They're going to find somebody to trade for Justin Fields. And there's a lot of talk that the Raiders would take him.
Right. Yeah.
There you go. And I wouldn't mind that depending on what the price is. Right. So the Bears have 4, but 1 and 4, but they're not going to take 2 quarterbacks. So you're going to see at least 6 quarterbacks go in the top 7 picks.
Yeah. This year.
The way it looks right now. So for all those that are saying we need a quarterback, you either need to jump into that mix for one of and there's a plenty of guys.
Or Bo Nix.
Plenty of guys. Bo Nix, right? You got Penix.
Oh,
You got Daniel, who has ties to AP, and I think that they might actually jump up to get Daniel. If Pierce is the head coach, I can actually see them jumping up to get AJ Daniel or whatever his first name is.
Pink Fur, we need an O-line. Look, that's a mic drop right there. Mic drop.
We need one too, honey. Maybe between the two of us, we can have one together.
Let me call a baby O-line then. All right. The inside joke. I'm going to close the chat here for just a minute. That doesn't mean we're done. We can still see your comments, so keep them coming.
Keep them coming.
But we're getting close to the break, and I want to get through this, and then we'll have our trivia question. Baltimore beat the Chargers. Chicago beat Minnesota. What's going on with the Vikings, man? I think that's a dumpster fire.
Whatever's going on, keep it going, guys.
I hope it continues.
Keep it.
They can get better. They can get better on December 11th.
Yeah, or February 6th.
And I'll bring some when I come up. I'll bring a bucket of that with me. Keep it going, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Throw that on the fire, baby.
All right, our trivia question for tonight for NFL Nation Live T-shirt. The trivia question is: Marcus Allen leads the Raiders all time in rushing with 8,500 yards plus. I think it's 8,550 or 47, 49. Who is second on the all-time Raiders rushing list? Who's number 2?
Second.
Good Nacht. Good Nacht.
All-time for the Raiders.
Germany. Good
We'll
Nacht.
be right back after the break. All right, welcome back, everybody, to NFL Nation Live, our Week 13 show. Bo Jackson is a great selection, but that's not the answer. He probably would have been if he played long enough. Clem Daniels, another good option, but no. Mark Van Egan, Richard J. is
Mark
in.
Van Egan, you missed the knee, but you're correct.
Yeah.
All right, what was his number? Jacobs is third. Very well could be. All
Van
right.
Egan was 30.
Van Egan. Wow.
Van Egan was 30. 30, right?
Yeah, 30. All right, Rich, if you want an NFL Nation Live T-shirt, I'm not sure you do, but if you do, send your shipping information to NFLNationLive@gmail.com, and I'll get it over to Violator. He'll get you a T-shirt.
Or send it to me.
You can send it to Jack. Jack will send it to V. V's got the inventory on T-shirts.
No, McBud, it was Van Egan, McBud. He's number 2.
Number 2. Yep. All right. Week 13 kicks off in about an hour and 20 minutes or so.
Yes, sir.
Tickets are in Dallas to get beat by the Cowboys. Tex, you're going to have another opportunity to get another cheap win before you have to play the Philadelphia Eagles coming up. How do you feel about beating Seattle tonight?
Who you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had my cans off. Damn it, you got to give me some insight, brother.
You know, if only they put out a script so we'd know what games we were going to talk about.
I see the damn script, but I still had to take my freaking cans off to put my Dallas hat on, you bastard. Don't get me mad. I'm only a little bit trifled right now.
You and Bud Adams.
Come on, Tex.
Okay. Hey, we're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to win. We're going to win for Jerry. Or I'm sorry, I need to pronounce his name correctly. Jera.
Mm-hmm.
Jera.
No.
We're going to win for Jera from Arkansas. But
Okay.
we're going to win because it's the sea chickens. We had turkey for Thanksgiving. We're going to have sea chicken tonight. It's just the way it is. And by the way, why is it, and look it up, why is it that Dallas plays 2 Thursday night games in a row? This is probably the 3rd season they've done that. They do it They have their Thursday game on Thanksgiving, and either the weekend before
Football
or the week
gods.
after, they got a Thursday game. Look at the F up. I know it's true.
But I call that, ain't that Jared's football gods? Come on, Tex.
Well,
I'm
you're
just saying,
America's
hey, I
team,
ain't
that's why.
complaining because
Come-
I'm from Texas and everything's done for us in Texas.
Well, I'm not from there, but I'm saying that's the football gods for Jared. So
Yeah.
embrace that for what it is.
Right.
Huh?
That's like when Andy Reid always gets a bye week before they play the Raiders. Normally,
Football gods.
not
gods.
this year,
Yeah.
but normally
Normally.
they get
That's
a
right.
bye week before
That's
they
right.
play the Raiders. It's just the way it is.
Facts, people. Facts. Look it up.
So Ronald
Look it
says, Ronald says he loves the TBH jacket. He can get those at theblackhole.com.
Yeah.
Theblackhole.com, brother.
Yep.
That's
Rich,
it.
Go get it up, Ron.
That's
Rich
it.
has got a
Appreciate
good
you,
point.
brother.
Jacobs is definitely legit.
Legit.
All right.
You got my vote.
Coach B, the Chargers are going to come to your town this week. This is your chance to get your LinkedIn profile and your resume suited up. You want to move to LA and coach Sherbert and company?
I had to find my stuff. That had to, of course, you
But he
can't.
said he had to find himself.
You can't talk to the hoodie without the hood, right?
That's it.
Well, you could, but it wouldn't quite be the same thing.
It's not the same.
It's
not the same. That's why I still have to hold my cans on underneath because I got to at least be able to hear you.
Okay.
I don't want to hear you, but I'm trying to be respectful.
Just so you know, we're going to the Michigan Cats next, so you can have your other hats ready. But in any case, in any case, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to beat the Chargers this week?
I'm just going to show up.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
I mean, let's just say they don't respect Coach Belichick. And again, I'm going to do what I need to do in order to impress the what's the name of that family again? Stamos? Is it John Stamos's family?
No.
But
they definitely have a full house going on there.
There you go. I set it up for you, you bastard. There you go.
It's anyway.
I got Chargers in this.
Yeah,
one,
Coach
B still 300.
I think I agree that the Chargers is the football pick, but I think I think this is a trap game for the Chargers. I think New England's going to win this one.
Okay.
I'm going to say in the
I'm going to put a burger on that one.
Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got a burger for that trap.
Brandon Staley, who will take the job? Yep. All right.
He's going to be fine. I'll put him on my staff because I like guys that I can beat.
Okay.
I'll put him on my staff.
Good one, Coach.
Okay.
That's a winner right there, man.
The Michigan Wildcats
are
going to go into New Orleans and play the Saints. This is a Saints team, guys, that needs to start winning some ball games, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to get it done. You know, I always get nervous when the Michigan Cats go on the road, but they've been playing pretty good. But I think the issue here is that if they're not pissed off about losing at home to the Packers on Thanksgiving Day, I think this would be the 1 week you don't want to play the Saints.
I need a V57.
V57. I'll get you one, brother.
I can't find my. I had my friend's cigarette. It was very smelly, very smoky.
Mine are flavorful.
Very
flavorful.
Viva la France!
Yeah.
Viva la V57! Get your V57s because they are the cigars for you American.
They are, yeah.
People.
Yeah. And where can you get those, V? You can get them at moto-sports.com.
No, you have to contact me directly.
Direct
message.
All right. Well,
until the website's completed.
All right.
I have his phone number because I am special.
So, all right.
Love you, brother.
Well, if you need some V57s, reach out to V to get your 57s, which is a very clever name, by the way. McBud says you should wear your underwear on your head.
I got my underwear on right here, McBud.
But I mean, nobody wants to fly their flag at half staff.
Yeah, but he's got underwear on. That's a plus.
Well, I agree with you on that front, but
that's a plus. He's got them on.
No, actually,
I'm taking Detroit Leon in this game.
You taking Leon's
The
in New Orleans?
Leons.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Leo,
think-
and by the way, speaking of shorts from the Raiders, very, very special. And I can show it to you. It's true. Okay. Look at that tag. You see where it says JK, John Kingdon's short, baby.
There
John
you go.
Kingdon's
Okay.
shorts.
Did you wash them?
No, I didn't wash them. I want to make sure the DNA stays in it.
Yuck.
Wow.
Okay. TMI.
Fandom.
All right. I would never would the Chargers would be so bad this season, just like the Raiders. The Chargers need to fire their head coach.
Hey,
It's
if
coming.
talking about the Chargers,
It's
the
coming, John.
All right.
Chargers, they are how you say in French, they're merde. They're merde.
Okay. Well, the Saints are going to have to get their crawdads with fries. I think the Falcons are going to go into New York, take on the Jets. Can
We
the
beat
Falcons
the Saints.
handle?
We beat the Saints. I have to change hats.
Yeah. Okay. So the Falcons are going to go into New York to take on the Jets. Can the Falcons make a statement here and get a win in New York or New Jersey or wherever the hell it is they play?
I think the Falcons statement will be it's too damn cold. I see the Jets after that loss bucking up at home and just sending the dirty birds back to the south where it's nice and cozy.
Well, if the Saints go down to the French Cats and the Falcons go down to the Jets, Tampa Bay, then they're going to get their win at home against the clawless Panthers.
You know what? I got Carolina in an upset, and it's it's not just because my lady Pink Panther's here. Okay, I just think that they're going to do. Remember, it's that interim coach factor where they play well for the guy because remember the last guy that they played for got his ass handed to him literally, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pink Panther can probably tell me who the damn coach is for Carolina. I don't know. But I think that Carolina comes together as a team because, like you said, the fake Pirates ain't all that.
Well, no, they're not. They proved that last week in Indianapolis. But, man, this NFC South is
upset, though.
It's a disaster.
I like that one, Cat.
It's a disaster.
Pink Panther.
And I'm not sure. And you know, the bummer part about this is that you could end up with an NFC South team with the worst record than one of the wild card teams, but they're still going to have to go to Atlanta or wherever and beat whoever wins the NFC South.
It's been done. Seattle was 7-9, and the conference was it the NFC West Conference winner, and they were in the playoffs that one year when Beast Mode was still on the team, but they were the conference winner at 7-9. They might actually have a 6-11 team.
Man, that's ridiculous.
Be the winner.
That's
well,
right.
and I understand that if you win your division, you should get rewarded for that, but that doesn't seem fair that the wild card team with a better record has to be on the road. Jack says they should hire Jeff Saturday. Okay, Arizona's going to go into Pittsburgh and take on the Steelers. Look, this is a game the Cardinals can win. The Cardinals defense isn't that bad. I think Pittsburgh defense is better. But the Cardinals, man, they can score some points when they need to, and it's the Steelers team I'm not so sure can maybe put up those points. What do you guys think about this one?
Here we go. I'm gonna jump in here, Cap. Listen, come on, ref. Quit playing. We're talking Pittsburgh at home. Ain't nobody scoring no points, but Pittsburgh can score one more than their opponent.
Okay.
That's the game I see.
Okay.
I got
so
Pittsburgh.
what he's telling you is it's a Pittsburgh home game in the cold with some zebras helping out.
Who's the ref in that game? Land Clark. That's the crew we had last week.
Yeah, well,
we'll see.
They weren't too bad on us. I had to give them that.
That's true. I was surprised actually. We're going to go over to Whiskey Jack here in a second because the Indianapolis Colts are going into Tennessee to take on the Titans. This is the Titans team that won last week against the Panthers. I think they have 4 wins now, but it's the Colts team fighting for their playoff lives. Can the Colts pull out the division win on the road at Nashville?
First off, don't use the term pull out and a Tennessee girl at the same time because that'll just get you into trouble.
Synergism. That's called synergism.
Yeah, there you go. Synergism.
Synergism.
Or kind of jism. Anyway, don't pull out when you're talking about Tennessee girls. Okay.
Copy that.
There you go.
Do you think?
But we're gonna win.
Why?
We're gonna win. And only because they had that high, they kind of like John Denver was talking about that Rocky Mountain high. Well, they're gonna come down to the Appalachian Mountains. They're gonna drop. They had their Rocky Mountain high in Indianapolis, but it's in Tennessee. It's out stadium. It's an out stadium without houses and moonshine.
Well,
and
Jack,
we're just going to play that much better.
Tennessee.
That much better.
Tennessee, Jack, I got you, and I'm going to second you. I got the Titans at home with a little shine on the side as a going-away present.
I'll tell you what. If the Colts can go down, Denver can go in and beat Houston. That'll be interesting. We'll see about that. No, probably not. Miami going to go into Washington and beat the Commodores. Denver's going to go into Houston and take on the Texans. I think this is a brick wall for the Broncos at this point. They're just not scoring enough points.
We're going to win. It's the Texans. I told you last segment. You weren't paying attention. I like what they're doing in Denver. I like what they're doing in Denver, but they gotta go. They gotta go.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come down to Houston. They're gonna get their ass kicked. I'm just letting you know.
Well, at one point you guys defended the Alamo. I'm pretty sure you can defend 100-yard football field. So there you go.
Well, my money's on this guy. My money's on this guy, ref.
There you go. Tennessee Jack's going to get the win. I agree with you. I think Denver's done a really good job. I think they're going to fumble this one, not get the win this week. But we'll see. The Joe Flacco-led Browns are going to go into L.A., get beat by the Rams. Anybody see that coming out any differently? I don't.
No.
I think the Rams are going to get it done. Probably the game of the week is the San Francisco 49ers going to go into Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
Wow.
Come on.
That is the game.
That's the game.
I'll watch that.
That one's the afternoon game on Fox.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, if you've got YouTube Sunday tickets, you can watch it no matter where you are. It's probably Fox's game of the week, so it'll probably go out to most everybody from that standpoint, especially on the West Coast. Because the Chargers will have played earlier. Right. So it'll be a crapshoot in Southern California whether we get the Rams or the Eagles.
But we get it, right?
Because they're both on Fox, so I'm not sure which game I'm going to get. But I think this is the game San Francisco wins. I don't think it's the game Philadelphia has to win. But if Philadelphia does get beat, then they're going to have to go to Dallas and beat the Cowboys, or that whole number 1, number 2 seed thing is going to get really weird.
I'm taking Philly at home. You know the weather's going to be winterish, and I just don't see San Francisco dealing with that and the pressure that the Eagles D is going to put on their offense.
Well, that's a good point, but that's an Eagles team that gave up 34 points to the Buffalo Bills, and I think San Francisco's a better offense than Buffalo.
Yeah, but they got a younger quarterback.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles fly, as Pink Panther says.
I'm taking the 49ers.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm taking
and if I had my shorts on, I would do the bird.
I know between me and this guy, we got 2 or 3 burgers.
Well, you take your shorts off and be the dirty bird. But I like San Francisco.
Wait a second.
Okay. Touche.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You killed me.
I didn't get a chance to. Don't ever let it be said I showed underwear on screen. I had shorts.
Oh well, we're not. Okay. We're not. No one's gonna know.
Yeah, I'm not telling. I ain't the whole.
We're not gonna. Not like we're gonna put it on the internet.
At least I had the underwear on. I'm just saying. I'm not freeballing in my own.
We'd have the internet censors all over us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I like San Francisco in this one. I think that because they played on Thursday, they had a
What's
few
up,
days
Rick?
off. I think they've been planning for this one. I think they got a chip on their shoulder. I think the Eagles and Hurts is just a little bit banged up. I understand how formidable an opponent the Eagles are. I just think they're vulnerable at this point. I think they're a little bit tired from that Buffalo overtime game. I think the 49ers is going to take this one. The Chiefs are going to go into Green Bay. I don't really see this as a trap game for the Chiefs, but the
Nah.
Packers beat the French Cats last week. Any chance they can beat the Chiefs this week?
Look, let's quit playing ref. Ain't no trap game. Ain't no trap game. It's 3 hours of entertainment.
With a Chiefs win?
It's a 3 hours of entertainment with a Chiefs win. It may be a yawner. Welcome, Raider Art. Thanks for joining us, brother. I've known that young guy since he was about 6 or 7 years old.
Raider Art, man. Good to see
What's
you, brother.
up, baby? What's up?
All right. Well, that's the Sunday night game on NBC. The Chiefs going to go into Green Bay and get revenge for Super Bowl I. Then on Monday night, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to go into Jacksonville, probably get beat by the Jaguars. I just don't see the Bengals winning this one.
I got the Jags at home. I won't say easy, but semi-easy one.
I just don't. Cincinnati not putting up enough points on offense.
But the Jags and Duval County believe in the Jags just that strongly.
Yeah, and like I said, the Bengals, when Burrow went out, their season went right out the window. Right out the window. They got nothing. They got nothing behind them. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell me who the quarterback is in Cincinnati? I don't know.
It's not Joe Burrow.
It's not Joe Burrow.
It's not Joe. Yeah.
It's not Joe it's not Joe Flacco because he's the one that's
in
Cleveland.
Yeah, he's in Cleveland. Yeah, we know what. Yeah,
and
where's Flacco? We know where Flacco is.
Yeah, and good night, McBud. Thanks for joining us. I know it's late for some folks.
Hey, take care of you, Scottish. Maybe all you Scotland. Viva the Scotland.
The Ravens, Raiders, Bills, Vikings, Bears, and Giants all have the weeks off. They have a bye week. Guys, then we're going to turn the corner. You have any predictions real quick on potential playoffs? Let's start with the AFC East.
Wow.
Who do you think wins the division?
The division?
Dolphins.
I think it's going to go to Miami.
Miami, easy. Yeah.
And Bills are dropping some games here late. Plus, they still have to go to Miami to play.
Too much heckle and jive with the Bills.
Yeah. What about the North? I like the Ravens in the North.
Ravens in a runaway.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
In the South, who do you like? Jacksonville?
You know what? That's the best division. You actually might have the Texans pull it out there.
I'm gonna go.
I didn't think he'd do the pull-out thing. I didn't think he'd do the pull-out thing.
It was on record, but I'm gonna say Jacksonville just because of experience right now.
Well, like I said, as long as you don't say pull out in front of a Tennessee chick, that's all I'm saying.
Jacksonville's at home on Monday night against Cincinnati. Then they've got 3 of their last 5 on the road: at Cleveland, at Tampa Bay, at Tennessee. In between there, Baltimore, Carolina. So those are all winnable games.
Those are winnable.
Houston,
they're going to win about 4 of those.
Houston has Denver this week, and they have 3 out of the last 5 on the road. They're going to New York, play the Jets. They're going to Tennessee to play the Titans, and they have Cleveland, and then Tennessee again, and then Indianapolis. So Houston has a tougher schedule on the way out, which is why I like
Jacksonville. Probably going to get a wild card.
Yeah. All right. In the West, I think Kansas City's probably got the division going there. And then in the AFC, who do you like for wild cards? Buffalo, maybe. Houston.
I think Houston gets a wild card.
Okay. Then does the other one go to Denver or Indianapolis?
That's the toss-up.
Yeah.
That's the toss-up.
But I'm gonna lean towards Denver.
And I think Pittsburgh is still in the mix there, but they're going to have to keep winning, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that.
However,
if Buffalo can't keep winning, then Pittsburgh could sneak in there. You could have Pittsburgh, Denver, and Houston, or Pittsburgh, Houston, Indianapolis, all as part of that wild card picture. So you basically have 4 teams trying to vie for 3 spots. In the NFC East, you like the Eagles or the Cowboys to win that? Right now, the Eagles have a 2-game lead.
Eagles.
Eagles.
All right.
Eagles.
The Eagles have a 2-game lead, but if they lose to the 49ers, they still have to go to Dallas. That could turn the tide. And then see, remember, Dallas is getting a lot of cheap wins right now. And so they're getting a lot of
That one won't be
confidence.
cheap. That one won't be cheap.
Yeah. I like Detroit in the North.
Yes.
Yeah.
Detroit Leon. Detroit Leon.
What
Viva.
week is it?
The Michigan.
What week? Where's my friggin'
The
hat?
Michigan Cat.
I
No,
got
we have
you,
no
Frenchie.
idea. We have no idea how to predict the South at this point. Atlanta's
No.
leading only because they're tied with 5 and 6 with New Orleans, but
Right.
they beat the
Somebody's
Saints.
going to win it by default.
Exactly.
We don't, and they're gonna get in, and they need to make golf plans for the following.
That's right.
For the following
Monday.
week. Yeah.
So San
You got it.
Francisco, if San
What he
Francisco,
said.
if San Francisco wins the West, we know Dallas or Philadelphia is going to have the division in the wild card. Let's just assume it's Philadelphia wins the division that gives Dallas a wild card. Where's the other 2 wild cards coming from? There's a lot going on there. You got Minnesota with 6 wins, Seattle with 6 wins, Green Bay, New Orleans, and Atlanta all have 5 wins. So
Not Nolans.
I lean Green Bay to sneak in.
I was gonna say of that crew, probably Green
If they
Bay
keep
with
winning.
Seattle,
maybe
maybe.
if Green Bay wins out, they're in. But they're gonna have. It starts by trying to beat the Chiefs. So we'll see about that. But if Green Bay
I think
wants
they
to
don't
make
beat
a
the
run,
Chiefs, but I think they probably beat everybody else.
probably so. Yep. Dallas needs to get knocked out.
Whoa.
Maybe. Rick says the Saints are going to win the South. I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
nah.
Ooh,
Nah,
wee.
nah.
Oh, man.
Hey, they're already calling for somebody whose name I won't mention. Head,
Yeah.
and Jameis
And
EW is probably
and I
going to be a
said that
quarterback
earlier.
pretty soon.
Oh.
that's what I'm hearing from the train tracks.
Wow.
Yep.
They're done.
Wow.
They're done.
All right. Well, they're going to kick off in Dallas in about an hour.
Yes, sir. Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn. And all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. What do you got, Tex?
What up, Tex?
Hey, just saying to make sure you tune in for the Thursday night game to watch Dallas. It's Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Dallas.
Yeah, well, that's right. Because I told you we always play the Thanksgiving game. We get another Thursday. Look it up.
Same team.
It's the third year it's happened. Am I right? Am I right?
You're right. You're right. Come
Third
on,
gotta be
Tex.
the third year.
Come on, Tex.
Hey, you know what? Because they're placating, and there's a big word for it. It's the NFL placating
There
Jura.
you go.
Okay.
Jura. That's
All
right.
right.
Google that one.
Yeah, Google that one.
Google it.
If you can spell it.
Google that. That's all
If
I'm
you-
going to say.
PLACATE placate.
Terror.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Oh, Jera is well, it's spelled Jerry, but it's pronounced Jura.
I think we should placate our show.
There you go.
All right.
We need to truncate. No, not placate,
Oh,
truncate.
copy that. No, we can't shorten it now. It's already been an hour and a half. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us for our Week 13 show. As always, we appreciate you as fans joining us and putting your input. We know that you're smart, and we want your comments and pieces of the show. Proud that we can provide you a voice for that. We'll be back next Thursday for a Week 14 show. It's starting to get interesting. This is the fun part of the season. We get into December, and you got to run the ball and play good defense. But from everyone here at NFL Nation Live, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Yarg! I'm kind of bummed I don't get a chance to do the Commodores anymore, though.
Oh, well,
hey, pump it up next week, baby.
Yeah.
Get ready. Keep your dancing shoes on.
Oh, I always got those.
I
ready,
know.
baby.
I know.
Yeah, that and the sock puppet with
Yeah.
never mind. All right.
Oh no! Don't talk about the
Underwear
happy
or
stuff.
not. Underwear or not. That's
I got my shorts right here.
optional.
I got my shorts.
Optional equipment, y'all. Stay
Hey,
tuned.
Optional
I got,
equipment,
I got,
yeah.
and I, like I said, I still got friggin' what is it? John Kingdon's, and they fit.
How about that?
Keyword fit.
Yeah.
Tight.
Love you, man.
All right.
Yeah.
We got to get out of here. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Nation.